In this video, we're going to go over the settings, the global settings that you can work with when using Multiview. So the settings screen is located by clicking on this gear icon, and this brings up our settings panel. There's several different subpanels within here. The first one is the path for the recorded or imported video. So the default normally will go to your system drive in the videos folder, as you can see here. However, if you want to set a different path, basically you can set a different drive. So you can choose from the available drives here, and from that point on, any imported video that you bring in will go to that drive. So, for example, I had set M as a network server into the letter M, and so that way if I import video, all the project data in the videos will go to the M drive or the network server. However, all your other information about the projects and the database are still held on your local machine in that case, and that's so you can access it in different ways. The other aspect of putting it on the network server would be other people could then create a project from that, and all the information's there for the time codes and the sync and the proxies. So they could go ahead and just define some new projects and just add them to a new project. Next panel, a variety of different options. I'll go through these rather quickly. Normally the default is to have all the videos use the proxies for both your Multiview monitor as well as your program monitor. If you have a very powerful PC with good GPU, good CPU power, you may not need to use the proxies, and you want to get the full resolution, especially if you're cloning the videos and you want to put them on a big screen. So you could untick each of these if you wanted to do that. We also, if maybe we have a very high-powered or high-resolution, high bit rate video, and we just want to do a quick proxy of the edit, we can just make a proxy of the videos rather than use the original video. And in that case, we would untick that. This button is to create subclips. Normally, when you click on the render button in the Multiview screen, it's going to actually edit the videos together using the EDL. However, you may instead want it to create subclips instead of actually assembling them together. In that case, you would want to hit the check mark on here. Now, there is a shortcut on the key on the main screen. So if you hold down the control key and then click on the render button, it'll actually create subclips. So this option is good if you are doing it all the time. The next option is to autoplay the selected video. So in other words, when you pick in the Multiview monitor a video and you want to have it play automatically in the program video, if you tick this off, it will do that. The next one, preview as it re-encodes the edit. In other words, when you're doing your editing and your rendering, you normally have a display window that shows you as the video is doing so, and it normally is checked. But if you don't want to see that, you can take that off. The next option is to rewind to the start of the clip. In other words, when the playback is finished, have it automatically go back to the beginning of the clip. Timestamp the program out, or the program file, or the program output. In other words, when you create your edited file, you may want to have the first clip take on the beginning time of the original file rather than the current time. And then use XML timestamp. This is whenever you normally bring in a file, it will create an XML file with the timestamp in it. And you may not want to do that, and you may want to just maybe use the current date and time, but this normally is done using that timestamp. Next panel is the program or output reel settings, and this allows you to set the resolution of the output, and also allows you to set the kind of encoder you want to use, and then also the frame rate. And then if you are you want to control the quality of that, you can do this, and this basically adjusts the bit rate of your output video. Now, right now, I have it checked as use the same as source, meaning it's going to make a quick cut or rough cut. That way, it's very fast. It won't re-render. It'll just cut at the keyframes. But if you do want to use the renderer, then you want to check this off, and now you can actually choose here what you want for each of those. Now, I chose it to use the same frame rate, but if I wanted to then be able to adjust the frame rate, I can do that. And then finally, there's a use advanced settings, and I can go in and get work with the advanced settings for the encoder. And this is pretty more advanced, but right now, for most purposes, you don't need to do that. And so we'll leave that unchecked and leave it as normal rough quick cut. And then if you have to create proxies, normally if you're bringing in GoPro or DJI or some of the other cameras that have proxies, we'll import those. But if they don't have them, you can create them here, and this is their parameter settings for that. And then finally, on the last panel, we have the settings for sharing. And if you're going to share it to YouTube, you put in the information here. We'll go with a separate document on how to do that. Facebook, we currently are working on. And then you have your FTP servers, and you can put in your passwords and information. You can have 2 different FTP servers that you can choose from when you're sharing. So that completes the discussion on some of the multi-view settings screen. Thank you.